You deserve so much more. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder. For my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family. You deserve so much more. All right. I need somebody to drop in the comments and say, I deserve it all. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, I deserve it all. Now, let me regulate real quick, right? So, most times when we hear you deserve so much more, we believe that we're only talking about women. I want the guys to be able to chime in on this message as well, right? We all deserve better. You follow what I'm saying? We all are chosen ones. We all deserve to have a better life. And so I don't single people out. There may be certain messages that is specifically for the ladies, but on this one, guys, I want you to chime in on this as well, man. If you haven't heard it, bro, you deserve better as well. Of course, ladies, you deserve better too. And so when I say deserve better, we also think that we're only talking about a relationship. Although we can speak on that, I want you to understand that you deserve a better job. You deserve a better career. You deserve better treatment. You deserve better friends. You deserve better things. All right. You deserve to make better money. Like, you deserve so much more. Can go from relationships to politics to whatever we are talking about. You get what I'm saying? When I say you deserve so much more, I'm just saying internally, okay, mentally and emotionally, even financially, okay? We can throw in there spiritually and physically that you deserve so much more in all of those areas. And so that's what I want to touch on, y'all. I want to speak about this. Let's get right into it. Leave a thumbs up on this video, as well as subscribe to the channel. Y'all be sure to ring my bell so you can be notified after every single video I post, period. Let's get right into it, y'all. Number one, here's a sign that you deserve so much more. Neglect. Okay? Neglect. It may sound so cliche. It may sound so common. But family, sometimes us as human beings, we sit in situations that we know we have, number one, love past the expiration date. Number two, we are around people who don't care about us, don't love us. And number three, people who are not valuing us. I need y'all to understand something. It is okay to recognize neglect and say, I don't want this for myself. Okay? If you are going through neglect right now, if you are going through people not treating you as a valuable person, all right, people not treating you as you are somebody special or somebody who has, like I said, y'all, worth, okay? You have to understand that that is a form of neglect, and you have to go to where you are appreciated and celebrated instead of being tolerated. I don't care because that's your family. You deserve so much more. I don't care because that's your relationship of 10 years. You deserve so much more. I don't care if that is your best friend since y'all was in the, what we call it, y'all, the sandbox, okay? You deserve so much more. So if you are being neglected, you have to understand something, y'all. This is a sign that you deserve so much more. Even to go deeper, if you take a dog, all right, that you cannot love, feed, provide for, or give attention to, I hate to say it, y'all, but that dog deserves much more. That dog deserves better. I'm not saying that the dog got to be living like Richie Rich in a penthouse or a mansion with millions of, dollars and, all types of choices of kibbles and bits. I'm not saying that, but what I am saying is that you got to send that dog to where it can be cared for properly, all right? You got to send that dog to where it can be loved. Dogs can die simply because you are neglecting them, straight up, okay? And that's the same thing with a human being. If you are being neglected, family, you got to get up out of there because you deserve so much more, whether that's the job treating you like this or a long-time partner. Number two, y'all, it's going to be this right here. A lot of people don't speak on this, but we're going to talk about it. Emotional exhaustion, okay? Emotional exhaustion. Have you ever poured into something so much to where you like, man, I don't think I can pour no more? I'm not talking about giving up. I'm talking about you don't have anything else to give. There's a difference. Let me say this once again, y'all. I'm not talking about giving up. I'm saying that you don't have anything else to give. Why is that? Because number one, You can't pour from an empty cup. And number two, it takes two to tango. All right, Floyd Mayweather can get inside the boxing ring by himself all he wants, but if he don't have no opponent, maybe he get paid. But at the end of the day, there's no fight. All right, there's no fight. And so, family, I want to go right back to emotional exhaustion. When you are emotionally exhausted, you don't have another person to fight with. You don't have another person who's going to reciprocate your energy. You don't have another person who's going to tango with you. You're tangoing by yourself. All right. It's very similar to a car that can't run no more. Okay. A car that can't run no more. I had a 2005 Chevy Impala, right? It's been a minute since I had it. I had it back in 2017, but I had a 2005 Chevy Impala, and that thing ran for like a smooth year for me, right? It ran for like a smooth year for me. And when I got the car, of course, I was excited. I was happy about it. It was my second car I had, especially when I was in, school. So I had my Toyota Camry. Y'all know about that, 1997 in high school. And then when I moved to Atlanta, I had got me a Chevy Impala 2005, right? It lasted for like a year. But when it came to a state of exhaustion, it gave out on me. I was on a hill. I'll never forget, in Clarkston, Georgia. This is another part around Atlanta. But I was in Clarkston, and the car gave out on me on the hill, right? It gave out on me on the hill, and it couldn't move no more. Matter of fact, I had to get the tow man to get it from right there. A car that can't run no more is just not gonna run. Whether it's the transmission, the engine, whatever the case is, but if it can't run no more, it just can't run. A lot of times, y'all, we are in situations that we know it's over, it's dead. You keep doing CPR on something that's not living. Somebody drop in the comments and say, let it go if it won't go. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, let it go if it won't go. Number 3, it's going to be this right here, y'all. You are changing who you are. All right. You are changing who you are. Now, this right here can be one of the most confusing ones, because sometimes we associate, or a lot of times actually, we associate growth with change, right? We associate growth with change. And so what that means is that just because we are changing, we think that we are growing, right? Family, you can be running in place and not getting nowhere. That's the same thing with changing and growing. Yes, it does take change in order to grow, but it depends on what you change. You follow what I'm saying? Yes, it takes in order for you to move your feet and your arms and your body in order to get somewhere. But it depends on not just the speed, but the meters in which you run. All right. You can't just run in place. You got to make some forward movement or progress in order to consider yourself moving or getting somewhere. It's the same thing with change and growth. They go hand in hand, but you can be changing the wrong things. So anyway, when you are changing, all right, who you are, sometimes, y'all, this can be bad. Maybe you are changing for a person who would never be satisfied. Maybe you are changing for a job that would never, reward you for your efforts. Maybe you are changing and other people are becoming happy, but you are becoming depressed. All right. You don't like this new change. And it's not because you are growing. It's because you are trying to fit the description or fit the standards of someone or something else. Does that make sense, y'all? I watched the Priscilla Presley story. That was Elvis Presley's wife, if y'all don't know. But Priscilla Presley, she spoke about the Elvis experience. I believe it was on Netflix, right? And I actually watched the whole thing. It was dope seeing Elvis in that, in that light. And just hearing Elvis Presley's story is just crazy to hear anyway. The dude was a rock star, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, she spoke about how he started, wanting her to change herself. from hairstyle, from the clothes that she wore, from how she talked, how she walked, to everything. You follow what I'm saying? And maybe he had good intentions. I'm not saying he didn't. But when you have to start changing who you are for a person, I'm not saying you were small and got big and now this person saying, hey baby, I fell in love with this particular person. I'm not saying that you are being 100% unproductive. This person met you when you were productive, and now you're just being 100% unproductive, and this person is asking, hey baby, I met you when you was being productive. Now you ain't doing jack squat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe a person should be able to continuously get the person you presented to them. If I go to Walmart and if Walmart give me a package that I purchased, but it's not what I thought I purchased, I'm going to take it back. That's anything in life, y'all. But anyway, Priscilla Presley spoke about how she had to change who she was, and she did not like that. And ultimately that led to, issues in their marriages, infidelity on both ends, on both sides, which I'm not saying she was doing the bulk of infidelity, because we know Elvis Presley was a fool with it. But what I am saying is that it led to problems in their marriage, to ultimately just divorce. But that's what happens when you have to change who you are to fit the standards of a person who can't be satisfied anyway. It'll never be enough. Number 4, you feel alone with them or it. All right? You feel alone with them or it. The reason why I say it, because it could be a job, it could be a thing, okay? But oftentimes it's people, okay? It is people. And so since we're talking about people, let's talk about the married ones, right? So some people are married and they feel alone. If y'all ask or interview the majority of married people, they're going to tell you about how alone they feel. They're going to tell you about how by themselves they feel. They're going to tell you, not all, I'm just saying the unhappy ones, they'll tell you, I could be right there in the bed with my husband or with my wife. I feel alone. Why? Because we're growing apart. Why? Because she don't listen to me. Why? Because he don't understand me. Why? Because he don't communicate. Whatever it is, but a lot of times married people feel alone. Once again, I'm not trying to discourage people from getting married. I'm just letting y'all know the reality. You can have a person who you are spending time with, and you can be laughing at a joke or a comedian or whatever, and you feel like you are literally laughing by yourself. Like maybe they're laughing with you, but if y'all don't have no connection or if things are not right, you can literally feel like you're laughing by yourself. You can feel like it's just you and that dog or you and that cat, okay? Family, when you begin to feel alone with them or it and it's not changing, chances are you deserve better, all right? Number 5, y'all, the last thing is going to be this right here. You are not a priority, all right? You're not a priority. And they make it clear. You got the Wi-Fi and you got the rent. Even if you happen to not be a person's rent, I told y'all why I stand with that. A person don't have to treat me like the priority, all right? I understand that. We got other things to do. But you're going to treat me like a priority, okay? I'm not just somebody's option. And if I happen to just be an option, then I'll just move on and go to where, once again, I am appreciated and celebrated. But I never allow myself to be anyone's option. That's just me with my confidence. It has nothing to do with pride or ego. It has everything to do with valuing myself, okay? And so with that being said, y'all, hey, when you pay your rent, you're like, look, I'm going to take care of that first. But guess what? Wi-Fi is also a priority. You got to take care of that as well. And for some people, Wi-Fi is almost just as, what you call it, y'all, strong or as important as when it comes to paying your rent, all right? Because some people work from home. Hey, I need the rent, but I also need the Wi-Fi because I got to work here. My whole station is here. The point is, y'all, is that Wi-Fi is a priority. Meanwhile, rent may be the priority. However, you're still going to get to both of them. What I'm saying is, y'all, is that if they're not at least treating you like the Wi-Fi, you deserve much more, okay? But with that being said, y'all, we'll go ahead and wrap this thing up with doing a recap, and then we'll get up out of here. Number 1, neglect. Number 2, emotional exhaustion. Number 3, you are changing who you are. Number 4, you feel alone with them or it. And number 5, y'all, you are not a priority, all right? With that being said, y'all, get you a Yes Sir t-shirt, Yes Sir hoodie, book a one-on-one session with your boy, check out any one of my books, keep a rich mentality. Peace.